Greetings family, peace and love to you and yours. This is Guru and thanks for visiting my channel. Family, this video is about a British singer's open letter about a racist encounter her and her daughter experienced on a train. With that said, before I get to it, this article was provided by Mashables. Just want to give credit where it's due. Let's go to the video. Well family, a British singer has penned an open letter about her experience of institutionalized racism on a train. Jamelia claims that she and her 11-year-old daughter were seated in the first-class carriage when they were challenged by a fellow passenger. Obviously, that fellow passenger was not a black person. Well, Jamelia claims that she and her 11-year-old daughter were seated in the first-class carriage when they were challenged by a fellow passenger. According to the Post, Jamelia was approached by a woman in her early 40s who asked her, quote, "Do you have a first-class ticket?" I glanced around and it clicks. My daughter and I are the only black people in the carriage, writes the singer. The woman reportedly told Jamelia that she had seen the conductor and he had said he wouldn't let her travel in this carriage. Quote, "At this point, I feel her assumptions are crystal clear. I'm offended and my daughter's face shows she has understood the rhetoric too. I feel this is a teachable moment for both the woman in question and my daughter," writes Jamelia. When Jamelia confronted the woman about her reason for challenging her, the woman claimed she had asked because she wanted to sit with the singer and her daughter. Bullshit. Well, that reasoning for her asking the question seems quite a lame excuse if you ask me. If she wanted to sit with the singer and her daughter, she should have just sat her narrow behind down without saying a word to these people. She had no business asking them any kind of question. Number one, if the lady isn't a conductor or works for the train herself, white people, you guys need to understand and stop asking us questions that's none of your damn business. I would have been offended myself and she would have got a worse response from me had it been me and the situation was different, because that's something I cannot tolerate. I'm sorry. None of you mofos have the reasoning to be asking any black person their business. It's none of your business. And family, as you can see from the tweet from Jamelia, she had a little bit to say about this. She says, quote, "Let's be honest. You've seen a young black girl and assume she doesn't have a first-class ticket. You've allowed your prejudice to speak for you," unquote, Jamelia told the woman. When Jamelia's daughter, Tiani, asked the woman if she was going to challenge an older white man who later entered the carriage, the woman reportedly ignored the question. Of course, because that's how white people do. When you confront them on their racism and their racist behavior, they have no answers for it. They act totally oblivious and stupid. They act like they're total dumb, idiot imbeciles as soon as you challenge them on their ignorance. That's the way it's always been. So the woman didn't turn her head to acknowledge my daughter's question, but the beetroot hue on her face was proof enough that she'd heard every word, wrote Jamelia. So apparently, Jamelia's daughter here, when she asked that question to the white lady obviously got very embarrassed. She probably turned red, and then she acted like she didn't even hear the question. But from the redness of her face, you could tell she was probably embarrassed. Jamelia wrote that the situation she encountered is not, quote, unique. She believes this is an example of institutional racism, a form of racial discrimination that has become, quote, established as normal behavior within a society, unquote. You know, before I continue, family, I've always said that, and I know other YouTubers have said the same thing, that institutional racism with the white culture, i.e. white supremacy, has become so normalized that it's hard to even talk to these white mutants about racism because they act like they have no idea what you're talking about. They have no idea. But see, I know if the shoe was placed on the other foot and black people were doing these type of things to white people, oh, they would understand quite well what's going on. They would understand quite well what's going on. She continues by saying, quote, black people experience this daily in social and professional environments, whether it's being greeted with, whoa, Guam, which is some term touching our hair without permission, being told we are, quote, so well spoken. You know how they do that. Being repeatedly stopped in our luxury cars, or being asked if we have a ticket to travel in first class, writes Jamelia. This kind of thing happens every single day. Jamelia tweeted about the event, and she says she received replies asking her why she hadn't kept it to herself and why she felt the need to play the, quote, race card. You know, white people, you guys are so sad. You guys always throw that up about why do we play the race card when you created the full deck of cards. You guys been playing the race cards with the full deck. Don't even ask that stupid question. And please don't come to my comment section asking that, because you will be deleted, removed, or whatever, because that's just stupidity and ignorance. Take that crap to your own station. She continues, the problem is that we don't tell you. We speak about it amongst ourselves, and you get to carry on about your day not realizing you've ruined ours. I tweeted because I wanted you to read it. There you go, Jamelia. I'm on your page all the way. Jamelia says she wants people to be aware of her experience and that she doesn't want to stay quiet any longer. Quote, we serve no one by remaining quiet. If anything, this renders us complicit in the continuation and validation of this behavior. Did you hear that, black family? When we say nothing, it renders us complicit in the continuation and validation of this behavior, i.e. police brutality, i.e. black killings of unarmed black people, i.e. injustice all across the United States. If anything, we serve no one by remaining quiet. I'll repeat. If anything, this renders us complicit in the continuation and validation of this behavior. Jamelia, you are right on point. My sister, I love you. It is not okay with me, and it shouldn't be okay with you. That's right, Jamelia. I agree. So family, that's the extent of this video. What do you think about Jamelia's response? I think she's 100% true and correct. When we say nothing, it gives them the license to continue on because it says to them that it's okay. Family, I hope you like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe. This is Guru. Thank you very much for watching. Peace and love to you and yours. And until the next time, don't forget to love yourself. I'm out.